Hello, Data Pulse. We haven't recorded anything together in a while, and not long ago we started talking about maybe recording this short recap of 2025 of what events we find meaningful events happening in the data infrastructure space. Number 10 on the list is Apache Flux. Flux was open sourced by Alibaba by the end of last year, and this year the project got a lot of traction. It was donated to Apache Software Foundation. It was released as a managed service on Ververica platform. And yeah, I'm very excited about this project. I've published a lot about this, so I won't delve too deep into this.
So number 9 is Postgres becoming a universal interface. So Databricks and Snowflake, which are like the analytics giant, have recently acquired a particular flavor of Postgres, like Databricks acquired Neon and Snowflake acquired Crunchy Data. DuckDB also have their own extension of Postgres. So now you can query your S3 data or object storage data using Postgres. The major use case of that could be joining your hot data and the cold data that you would have on the cloud storage using this particular extension. So we are blurring the line between OLTP and OLAP in some way.
Number 8, Databricks and Snowflake getting into building their own streaming ingestion pipelines with Zero Bus on Databricks and Snowpipe on Snowflake. Both were launched this year. And this is a similar trend of Databricks and Snowflake going into the streaming space. Fabric, as far as I know, is already there.
I was planning to include that point, but then I don't know why I thought you would add this point. So I just didn't add at this point. Then number 7 is the rise of Flink competitors. There are a lot of competitors, Rising Wave, which is in the domain of streaming databases. And then like we have also the competitors of like OLAP databases, which support ingestion directly from Kafka.
And as far as I know, almost all of the engines are going SQL first, right? This is also
yes, that's where the trend is.
Many different solutions. Number 6 will be going a bit high level, the stream and batch unification. I see this as a major trend. There are many different developments that kind of contribute to it. One is the release of VeraX on Ververica. Another is real-time streaming on Spark on Databricks. This kind of both of them going in the same direction. But also I think Netflix announced on Flink Forward this year that they've built their own custom unified engine. And then there is all of the Kafka and Iceberg integrations, although this is less unification, more integration.
Number 5, agentic infrastructure. Like there are like lot of autonomous AI agents coming up into the picture right now, and Red Panda being the biggest investor in this direction right now, which has provided the agentic data plane that in somehow tries to provide what's needed for the agentic data, which is fresh data, old historical data, query engine, and the governance of part of that. And they try to provide all of them at one place so that you can query that using. And they also, I think, acquired a query engine Oxla.
Yeah, and I also have a point about AI. It's more high level that AI is everywhere. Like that, and this is, by the way, this is number 4. AI is everywhere. Agentic AI is one thing, but another thing is the real-time context engines. What AI needs is context. What we also see in a lot of tools, we get AI-based APIs, MCP, agent-to-agent. Many vendors in the data streaming space, which I'm watching way more closely, are coming up with solutions for AI. Confluent, Red Panda, Stream Native. I think Ververica started something. Another feature that's, I think, important for AI is real-time inference, but also the feature stores that would be further used by AI. So it's everywhere, it's big, and a lot of money and investment is coming into the space. So everybody's coming up with solutions, propositions on how this money can be used on their platform.
And data streaming would be a big part of it, like providing the data at a streaming fashion for these agents or AI in that fashion would be a big part.
Yeah, I think that the most important part that will benefit from this is data catalogs, semantics between data, because to build context, and I think that the context is the most important thing here, whether this is real time or not real time. Context will be the way that data infra provides value or synergizes with AI the most strongly. So metadata management, I think that this will be the area that will benefit the most from this trend. Let's see what's on number 3.
Number 3 is Disklet Kafka, which is one of the most groundbreaking things that we have noticed in data infrastructure in 2025. So the major idea is cutting the cost of cross-agent networking, saving there and using object storage at that part. Many vendors are there. Like Ivan has been pushing very hard in this with its skip 1150. Once it gets into Apache Kafka, it's a big thing. So that's one part. The other part is also like there has been a lot of rise in materialization of the Kafka data into iceberg or lakehouse setup, right? So like this table flow, and I think Red Panda also has their iceberg topics, something like that, where it directly materializes them into the object storage.
Yeah, as you know, I'm a big fan of this whole thing. We've seen a few product launches, a few products that were launched before are maturing, and we are seeing first production stories. So, yeah, that's it was on my list. It got kicked out during the merging process, but yeah.
Okay.
I'm really glad that we are mentioning it. Number 2 on my list, in the data streaming, this was by far the most impactful event for the whole industry. We are yet to see the consequences. Was the Confluent acquisition by IBM. You've mentioned this before, but yeah, I think that this is Confluent basically created the whole data streaming industry, right? And right now it's way more than them, but this used to be and still is by far the most important company in the space, and them being acquired, we are yet to see what this will mean for the industry and for Kafka.
Fingers crossed. Do you want to take a guess what's number 1?
I would guess iceberg.
Yes, it is iceberg. Yeah, so it's iceberg. I think we can, for data infrastructure, we can say this has been the hottest topic in 2025 for, like, at least on LinkedIn. It was not sure how it was on Twitter or X, but yeah. So rise of lakehouse type of architecture, and iceberg being the most prominent one. There has been a lot of other vendors also trying to promote their product, but iceberg is slowly becoming the default or default lakehouse in that area. And there have been a lot of new things or new architectures coming over it, like Duck Lake. That's also a very really interesting thing, where they're putting the metadata into your Postgres or SQL databases. Iceberg also coming up with its modification or upliftment of their architecture, where they have launched Iceberg V3. That has been a lot of, like, it's a big game changer in that area. It has tried to solve a lot of good things there. And like I see a good future there. Like multiple engines can now talk to the same storage without like vendor lock-in. But again, again a vendor lock-in is happening on the catalog side right now, slowly a little bit. And their Duck Lake and this type of new architecture which is coming up would be very helpful, and we'll see how it progresses. But then with Duck Lake, there has been a lot of noises, like, is it going to become the Hive on Hadoop type of problem again? But we'll see.
Yeah. And Duck Lake was on my list as well. I think that this is a really cool idea, and I see a connection between Duck Lake and some diskless Kafka brokers, because some Kafka brokers keep metadata in Postgres or any other solution, or a few of them support Postgres as metadata management and keep data in S3, right? And this is what Duck Lake is doing as well. So I think that this is applying similar ideas to a bit different problems. Yeah, so this was the list. Do you have any predictions?
One bet from my side is, I think object storage is going to be the default storage, like for anything what we do. Either we go with it iceberg sort of thing or diskless, whatever trend goes like materialize in future. I think object storage is going to become the default storage for whatever we do in near about future.
Yeah, I think it's already becoming that, and even I've talked to quite a lot of people who are working with on-prem deployments and still use S3 compatible self-hosted solutions to decouple storage from that. And then what I see, building a bit on this concept, what I think we'll see is that this becomes the default, and then we'll see hot layer, whatever this is, ClickHouse, Flux, or StarRocks, or anything that is added for specific use cases, and then it uses disks as kind of proxy between both. The big trend that I really see is that with all of the AI development going on, I think that data governance and metadata management in general will continue to grow because AI needs this very much. This would be my bet on which areas were about to grow the most. Interesting year ahead of us.